say that they coming through. At every junction, at every function, until Wednesday morning, they jump in one song. Me darling, oh, oh, yo, 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 yo. Me chanting, oh, oh, yo, 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 yo. Honey, if you come, we go tumble down, we go dingle in, we go break away. We singing, oh.
Good evening, pleasant good evening to everyone. This is Right Along Live special broadcast, and today we are coming to you live from Labukan, where we have a special event. As you see on the screen, guys, we are saluting a legend. Today, a legend, the Black Wizard, and the signing of his book. Great occasion, guys. We'll tell you all about it. Right now, you're seeing live footage, live feed of the screen. So thing is just about to get started. So what I want you to do, everybody, share up the thing, hit that like button, because today you're going to learn about history. You're going to learn about, this is like a musical museum. That's what it's going to be. That's what it is, actually. A musical museum in a book. Elwin McQuilkin, the Black Wizard, is officially an author. Maybe he's second or third. I have to ask him. Guys, we are inside. We at Labukan, and again, we are here for the book signing of Elwin McQuilkin. And the book is entitled "Making the Making of a Wizard." The Making of a Wizard. Yes. So you can see Elwin McQuilkin greeted there by the Foreign Affairs Minister Joseph Andel. Dignitaries are also here. They're here saluting and paying tribute to the man himself. Giving me flowers. Giving me flowers. That's what I'm talking about. Today we're going to learn some history. We're going to learn some history of this humble man, Elwin McQuilkin, the Black Wizard. Also get an opportunity to hear his story. Because we say everybody have a story to tell, right? Absolutely. Elwin McQuilkin will share his story today. And we are just about to start.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start. So may I ask for those of us who have our cell phones, please put them on silent so it does not affect the electronic instruments that we have. So may I say welcome to the Labukan Creative Center. Welcome to the launch of the long overdue The Making of a Wizard. I'm happy to see that we have the Minister for Tourism and Creative Economy and Culture, Honorable Adrian Thomas. I see we have Quince Britton, also the Parliamentary Secretary in that ministry. Also, our Brother Uga. I'm trying to get Uga's right name there. Sorry, I'm making a bluff here right now. Minister for Foreign Affairs. Mr. Joseph Andel, I have it here, right? But because he's in Foreign Affairs and I know he speaks Spanish, Uga, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, thank you very much for, it's a senior moment, guys, for being here. All our distinguished cultural artists and cultural enthusiasts, we want to say thank you very much for being present at this book launch. I must say, my brother Wizard, when you celebrated your 40th anniversary as a Calypsonian, I was at Queen's Park. And when I see you as presented with a Rolex watch, I say, wow, this is time to do something very special for this man. Because I find in our Grenada here, our cultural icons, I think, needs to be celebrated much more. So I called Wizard and said, are you interested in us collaborating so that we can do a Calypso musical? And he says, yes. And I went about choosing about 20 Calypsos, and that was the biggest problem I had, was which of the songs I have to leave out, which of the Calypsos I had to leave out. But we collaborated, and eventually we came together and did a play called The Junction Box. We made Wizard a star. And I think here that, that he is a cultural icon that we need to cherish. At this point in time, we want to call on Senator Adrian Thomas to make some brief remarks, and then afterwards, we'll be calling on our brother Larry Barry, the black man. Yes, just in time. You are the one we're waiting on. So, Senator Thomas, thank you. Yes, yes.
Thank you very much, Brother Peters. What a pleasure to be here this evening. Afternoon, evening. Let me acknowledge, I'm going to say the word you said, but I can't remember that. I didn't go to school with him, so I know Joseph Handel. But I think it's Hugar, Minister for Foreign Affairs, Senator the Honorable Quince Britton, Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, the Creative Economy and Culture, the Honorable, most prestigious, most eloquent, the best Calypsonian that I've come across. And I define him as a Calypsonian because he writes well and he sings well. And he could beat some drum. No guitar, right? The Black Wizard. Put your hands together for the Black Wizard. I must acknowledge Sister Anne and her husband. What can I say about them? Two cultural barren wizards. Put your hands together for them. All your lovely people, invited guests, it's a pleasure to be here. The Black Wizard, the Black Baron. How many people remember that name? That's the man. I have known the Black Wizard for a very long time. And he has revealed to me many things that many of you all may not know. At one time, he said to me he's a goalkeeper. And I wonder how many goals scored at him and how many matches he caused the team to lose. I didn't remember seeing him playing football. And then I anticipated whether he could still play. And I think we had some Calypsonians playing some fet match cricket, and he ended up talking about wicket keeping. And I said, I didn't think so. But it was revealed to me that he was a cricketer also. The Black Wizard was a father. He's a father of two lovely kids. The Black Wizard, a cultural ambassador. The Black Wizard, today, a diplomatic ambassador. The Black Wizard, a great songwriter. The Black Wizard is a cultural man in any shape or form. So many hats, so many caps. And I believe that the Black Wizard is one of the finest, greatest calypso writer that the Caribbean and maybe the world has ever seen. I had the privilege of meeting this gentleman a very long time ago. After the revolution, when many of us was a little bit traumatized, distorted, disoriented, and do not know where to turn to. Because what the revolution meant to a lot of us, I was still in secondary school, a young pioneer NYO, but it meant a lot to me. And when it collapsed, you were just like some crazy chicken without head, not knowing where to turn. And this guy came up with this song, Oh Grenada. And it was a source of inspiration, of hope that would have carried us from then, 1984, when I think I saw him on the stage in Grenada for the very first time. Am I correct, Wizard? Competing with Oh Grenada. And you know, I welcomed the song, and I was still young. I was still in secondary school. I welcomed the song. I embraced the song. In all glory, you felt good. And I had to leave the Queen's Park in those days without the Calypso crown. It touched me. It touched me as hard as how I had to leave the stadium without the Calypso crown after he did the IMF. But then came 1994, when the new sensational Black Wizard graced the stage with the most dynamic performance and a gyration that nobody else in the world has ever seen before. Captured the mind of the Calypsonians, captured the mind of the judges and the state. And I think he laid his signature on the crown that very same year. This was the Black Wizard. I don't want to be long, it's his show, but I must give you the story. I went to the hospital, the general hospital, to look for his son. Got a little bun, right, Wizard? Got a little bun, right? And on the side of the bed, we were good friends. I pulled out a sheet of paper in my hand, yellow in color. NDC was not born yet. And I said, yes, NDC was around, but the yellow paper didn't mean anything about NDC. I said, comrade, I have a song here, you know. See, so he looked at it, and I looked at him straight in his eyes. And he said, yeah, well, we have some adjustment to do. The name of that song was Time to Call Up the Ninja Man, my very first calypso. Not even thinking or dreaming about singing calypso, but I saw this article in the newspaper written by Clyde Belfon, Time to Call Up the Ninja Man. And I decided I'm going to put pen to paper. But not knowing anything about calypso and how to write calypso, I think my first verse maybe had about 16 lines and the second verse had about 9 lines. That couldn't make it. So it was the Black Wizard who gave me all the tips and the number of bars that's supposed to be within a line and all those sort of bits and pieces. And while I was searching for somebody to sing the song, I was told and instructed, young man, go sing the song. And that was the birth of, I didn't have the name yet. So I had to go and read the Times magazine. In those days, Time magazine not passing me, so you abreast. And I saw the words Persuader and another name, but I can't remember the other name, but I chose Persuader. This was the birth of Persuader. And this was my first calypso, which I recorded in a Jamo studio. The rest is history in terms of the impact that the Black Wizard had on me personally, and the impact he had on many other Calypsonians in Grenada, the whole Caribbean, and the world. Not only on Calypsonians, but the Black Wizard has had tremendous impact on our society. Every single calypso that Wizard wrote had to do with our social problems in society, had to do with the ills that was suppressing our people. One of the most conscious writers, that every line that he wrote was for the development of our society. Very selfless guy, and I think we should put our hands together. So today, I really want to congratulate the Black Wizard for that achievement, for that milestone. And I said all of this to bring you. If you're a good calypsonian, you could write. It must bring you in that direction. It must bring you to that destination. And I know that this might be the first, but there will be many more to come. So Wizard, once again, congratulations. And I beg of you to continue and pass on the art of writing to many of our generations to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senator Thomas. This journey, I'm sure, Wizard, the making of a Wizard will have been a long one, but I'm sure that there were others who were there to support you along the way, encouragement. And at this point in time, we want to call on Brother Larry Barry, who I'm sure was the main source of support in the journey and the making of a wizard.
Thank you, Yu. Yes, sir. And a warm and fraternal evening to everyone. I see the good Lady Hallie here. I'm happy to see Sister Hallie. I'm happy to have my comrades, Ambassador, my comrades Persuader, Comrade Andal, Comrade Quince. I see Wizard's brother here. I see Comrade Duncan here. I see Brother Livingston here. I see Brother Kojo here. I see Otters. I see my comrade from England here, from our party's chapter there. So I see great folks. And of course, I'm eager to meet Bassanio. Is he? It's a pleasure. A pleasure. Finally, a pleasure to meet Brother Bassanio of Kaman Press. Well, because I was instructed to keep it short, and I am of great fame for keeping things short, I'll maintain what I'm famous for, keeping things short. The making of the wizard, I am grateful to have been part of it. I am tremendously grateful for the work that we started with the making of the wizard. It started in Wizard's home in Montu. And it started on a little a desktop computer that eventually broke down. And we lost everything. We lost everything. And Wizard and I decided we'll keep at it. And about a year or two after, he said, Barry, we're back, you know. I have the outline. And he started the making of the wizard. We were trying to get it ready for the 50th anniversary in 2019. So we did the 50th anniversary concert. And the expectation is that we would have had this book ready a month or two before or after, or at the concert. It was not possible because we started to pretend we were editors. And when we realized we were not, we sought editorial advice. And it came from none other than one of the finest editors sitting in front of us, Sister Claudia Halley. And when Sister Halley took the book, greetings, former Senator and Labour Man Ray, I didn't see you, sorry. Pleasant evening to you. We really, really got what writing a book was about from Sister Halley. And we decided, let the people who know about these things do these things. Sister Halley, we're grateful because she really guided us and sent that book back with so many edits, so many areas. She asked us to get facts, to reconstruct lines. She redid lines. It was a long journey. It might look small in size, but I read several drafts of that book. And for me, having read many books, and I've read a lot of books on culture and the arts, this is one of the most culturally rich, anthropologically relevant on our community life that I have ever read in Grenada. And I've read many. I buy local books. We have a young author with us, Naomi Alada. Made sure we buy some books, sister. She's right there. And I'm happy to see her because she did a book of poetry about youth and teenage issues. It's a book of revelatory. That's the title of the book. And it is really good to encourage authors, and always I would be happy to have young authors in the midst. It is a journey that I'm proud to have been part of. I'm proud that Bassanio, you have taken it further, brought it to this level, and I'm happy to be part of the work going forward and getting this book out. It's important for the schools, it's important for each of our homes that this book is read. It is rich, culturally rich, historically relevant. It captures Wizard's life, but it captures some important times and occasions and legacies in a place that it mustn't surprise us. That place that made the wizard, that book tells us the story of what the making of the wizard is. And it's not Calypso. Okay, my wife is saying, don't reveal it. But the making of the wizard is from a place that also made a black liberator of US fame. The DNA and the lineage that produced a black wizard also produced Malcolm X from the same place in La Digue. So when Black Wizard penned over 100 seminal works in his collection. He said, in one of those works, the woman who met him in Grenville, and I'll end on this, the woman who met him in Grenville, and she pulled she frock aside to reduce the space between she and Wizard so that Wizard can't miss her with what she have to say to him. She said, you really have belly and a real strong mind. She said, because if it was me, and I quit a long, long time. And what was Wizard's response? He said, I'm a Kaiso soldier. Woman, please understand. I come out to wage war against all them social wrongs with my mighty weapon, the Calypso art form. You know I'm a dangerous man. It was that kind of lyrics that was produced from Ladig that also produced Malcolm X. So while Wizard weapon was a Calypso, Malcolm X was oratory and an AK-47. Wizard, it's a pleasure. Again, I'm grateful to have been part of this journey, and that journey is not finished yet. This is Wizard's 55th year in the art form. And I'm hoping that we'll have a grand diamond celebration only 5 more years to go. Thank you very much.
Larry, thank you very much. I assured you that you were not too long. You were on point. And I think next Talker Kaiso competition, we're going to nominate you because I think you did very, 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 very well. Thank you very much. So Larry, I think you did most of my work for me before I'm introducing the next person here. That's Miss Harley, because she's the editor. And just to let folks know that we are on the set of I Do. The first draft of I Do, I had to do a lot of edits, slashing a lot of the lines. Some of the members of the cast were not very pleased. But as you say here, when you do good edits, the end result is something spectacular. I've known Claudia for many, 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 many years. When I came back from Jamaica School of Drama, when you're writing plays, freehand, pen and paper, and Claudia was the one who typed. Claudia, I can't remember did I pay you, girl? So when we publish it, that means I owe you a lot of royalty. I owe you a lot of royalties. Those were the days, but Claudia supported us to Theatre Arts. Of course, we've moved here now, and we still have her around. So at this point in time, we'd like to call on the editor, Claudia Harley, to share your journey. Thank you.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, government ministers, I wouldn't repeat what was already said. As everyone has said, or Larry and Urias has said, I am the editor. I am really standing in place of Dr. Wendy Crawford, who wrote the foreword of this book. And it was really an exciting journey for me, working along with Crazy Larry and the Wizard. Larry is one madman. Sometimes when Larry come near me, I'm just praying for him to finish and just go. Because Larry, you know you can be very powerful and persuasive. But anyway, I would not waste time. What I will do simply is just to read part of the foreword. I hope I will do Wendy proud because she has the gift of gab, not me. I am just an editor. I could only fix what people write, and I don't write. And what you would find out as you read this book, and I hope everybody purchase a copy, is that Black Wizard has been able to use his genius in taking complicated issues and breaking them down in the most compelling and persuasive ways, and in simplest forms, so that it is not hard to decipher, it's not hard to understand what he's saying, what he's trying to say. So with this, I dive straight into the foreword, which you would read because it is in the book. Elwin Black Wizard McQuilkin's phenomenal work, The Making of a Wizard, gives us an opportunity to look into the mind, soul, experiences, and making of a cultural genius. Black Wizard shares with us his lifelong love for music, calypso, the performing arts, history, and politics through his cultural, historic, and literary exposition, spanning over 6 decades of his life. That's a long time. He used his craft as a writer and his fearless calypso lyrics to take us on an analytic but magical journey through the social history of his beautiful rural hometown community of La Digue in the parish of St. Andrew, a community that boasts some of Grenada's finest human resources. Through the making of a wizard, Black Wizard shows the richness of his boyhood experiences, which are deeply etched in a strong folk culture, an unshakable, culturally infused family unit, a close-knit community life of impassioned debates, sports and culture, value-laden school and church experiences, and an anti-colonial Black power political environment that provided a deep understanding of and compassion with liberation struggles the world over. Those are the powerful forces that shape the authenticity of his literary and artistic work. They dominated his existence, created his persona, shaped his creative imagination, motivated his political involvement, and drove him to acquire regional and international exposure that influenced his calypso's lyrical content and his masterful writing skills in profound ways. And you'll find out that Wizard wrote all his songs. Nobody wrote for him. He produces his own. Nobody had to, I heard Marshall Montano saying to a writer in Trinidad, "Oh, you did not give me." He didn't give him a popular one. I think it was Backyard Jam, something, I can't remember. Which one is it, Larry? But yes, he gave it to Kess. He said, "Man, you could have given me that one." But Wizard had to beg anybody for any calypso, so he writes his own. So, as Black Wizard accounts for his growth in music and calypso, he recalls the many emotional battles and challenges he encountered. And one of the things I had to tell Wizard, you need to speak your truth. You need to say exactly how you feel. This is not a work of fiction. You're talking about your life. Say how you feel. I know it was hard for him, but he did it, you know? And when people read it, they want to know you at the end of your writing. When they finish with the book, they say, and this is a book, when you finish with it, you may want to read it again. Noteworthy qualities radiating from his book are his unshaken perseverance through it all, his humility and grace in victory and defeat, because he has been defeated many times, his consistency reinforced by an unmatched discipline, his respectful and dignified mannerism in the face of undeserved criticism, and his goodness as a human being, selflessly sharing his love for Grenada, his arch rivals, and his people through music and calypso. These qualities leave huge imprints on all who experience him, making him a living legend, an exceptional human being, and a household name. And you'll be more than that when your book is read. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Claudia. But I have to make one correction. I think you said that you have to correct what people write. I think you have to correct what people wrong. And you make that wrong writing right. We are here. The Minister for Creative Affairs is here, Wizzo. We have a lot of books to sell. We have a play called The Junction Box. Maybe it's time for us to do a tour. You're the ambassador for Grenada, for Trinidad and Tobago. Let's make it happen, bro. We come down and let's see if we get all those book sales through the play. Putting you guys on the spot. Claudia, thank you very much. At this point in time, we want to call on Bassanio Grano, is a French name, of the Kaman Press. And I hope, Bassi, that you are going to make a lot of plug for the Kaman Press. It's over to you to give us your story regarding the publication of this book.
Greetings to everybody gathered here this afternoon, or distinguished invited guests. Everybody who has made a special effort to be here, and the people joining us live via the live stream provided by Junior George from Ride Along, that Grenadians love so much. This afternoon, I have the responsibility, but for me, it is also a privilege to say a few words on behalf of Kaman Press. And again, I want to say on behalf of Kaman Press, thank you for being here. Some of you may be familiar with what we do already, but for those of you who are hearing about Kaman Press, it's a very bold name for the work that we've been attempting to do so far. We're a locally owned publishing company that I had the opportunity and the inspiration to co-found back in 2018, when we as Wizard and some of the other published authors here had a desire to publish our own literary works. And so we were able to manifest that dream. And now our mission since then has consisted in trying to help other local authors and hopefully regional authors manifest that dream of being a published author and sharing their work with the rest of the world. For us, we see ourselves as curators of our unique stories and even the intangible aspects of our culture and our arts, as Wizard's book so well exemplifies. Personally, it has been a very distinct pleasure working with Black Wizard on this project, but I'll say a few words after on that. But before I do all that, I just want to take the opportunity to thank all the people who are directly involved in the manifestation of the actual books. The contributions in unique ways were very, very invaluable. And on behalf of Kaman Press, I would like to thank Dr. Wendy Crawford and Ms. Claudia Halley. And I intentionally put them together because they make a very, very good team. And I was telling Dr. Crawford when she told me she couldn't make the event today that they were like beam and bam, you know. That is something I hear my grandmother and them saying growing up. But we want to say thank you for the seamless manner in which we were able to hand over the manuscript, which, according to Mr. Barry, it left very little work for us to do as a publishing company. And that was very commendable, and I want to acknowledge that role that both of you played. Additionally, for Dr. Crawford, I want to thank her for eloquently embedded forward. And when you read the book, you'll understand why I become addicted to just copying and paste excerpts from the forward for most of the promotional work that we've already done for the book, because it was almost immaculate in my estimation. To Miss Halley again, I want to thank you for eagle eyes while perusing the Wizard's lines, and for all your sticky notes in the first proof that we printed. It's for me, it's still a work of art, and it's part of the behind-the-scenes artwork that will preserve in the making, during the process of the making of the Wizard. All right, so we thank you, and your input was invaluable to what ultimately became the paperback and hardcover editions of Wizard's book. Kaman Press also wishes to take the opportunity to thank, almost against his will, our photographer Floyd Robinson for capturing the stills of Wizard. We actually did that down in what you call the center, the Trade Center, and Wizard was just impromptu. But if you look at the picture, I think it did justice to capture, the Black Wizard in all his, glory. So we want to thank you for that. We recognize your talent, and we wish you the best on your own creative journey. We also like to thank Mr. Larry Barry. We had many conversations over the phone and through WhatsApp, and we're finally meeting in person today. It's nice to meet you, Mr. Barry. We also want to take the time to thank the National Lotteries Authority for their contribution to the fruition of this project. And on behalf of Kaman Press, we want to pledge our commitment to ensuring that all of the secondary schools and public libraries in Grenada have access to what we consider this very invaluable work of literature by Mr. Black Wizard. So again, I made some notes, so I'm trying to keep track of it to make sure that I don't miss anybody. Like I say, it's a responsibility I have here, but a pleasure. So I just want to say that working with Wizard has been a distinct pleasure. For me, there are so many invaluable lessons in his book as a creative. And I think that, like Dr. Crawford said, it's a must read for all, because especially young people coming up, I think they could really learn and have a real life example of what it means to dedicate and be committed to something, even after endless defeats and countless odds, that you can persevere, and then hopefully one day we are worthy of being recognized, as we hope this book does with Black Wizard. And so I think without any further ado, I want to invite Mr. Peters to help me introduce to us the man, the Calypso legend, and the man of the moment, who is now a published author as well as a renowned Calypsonian, as they present to you the making of a wizard.
Thank you, Bassi. Say charity begins at home. Local press. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment is here. It is Wizard's moment. Just to give you just a little bio. Wizard was born in La Digue, that's in St. Andrew. He attended the Holy Innocent Anglican School. He also is a graduate of a secondary school. I know that Livingstone will be very pleased. And Kojo might not be very happy, because Kojo and myself, we attended the GBSS, Grenada Boys Secondary School. Livingstone attended SAS, fierce rival of GBSS. But Wizard also is a graduate of St. Andrew's Anglican Secondary School, a SAS boy. Wizard is a graduate of the Jamaica School of Public Health, and he also studied animal health and veterinary public health in Guyana. So this man is just not a Calypsonian, eh? He is widely read and widely studied. For Calypso titles, he was a Calypso monarch in 1994, 2002, and 2003. He won the Road March Monarch in 1988, and Independence Monarch in 1995. Wow. Soca Monarch 1994. And he performed throughout the entire Caribbean, the United States, Canada, and England. Ladies and gentlemen, happy am I to introduce my colleague, my friend, my brother, a cultural icon, to the podium at this point in time. Let's put our hands together for Wizard. This is your mic. You have a personal mic. Okay.
Good afternoon, everybody. Well, I'm very pleased to have so many of you here this afternoon in support of my book and myself as a Calypsonian. First of all, let me start off by thanking my creator, thanking my ancestors. You know, yesterday was Emancipation. Yeah. And let me hasten to recognize my comrades, government ministers. My boss is here, Comrade Andal. We have Comrade Posuida, also a cultural icon, Minister of Culture. I mean, true Calypso. I guess because you are Calypso and you become the Minister of Culture, so you see the power of Calypso. My brother Quince, well, number of people here to mention individually, but I have to mention Miss Josephine Maguire, because I started to sing Calypso in a serious way in youth club in a society hall in La Digue. And the president and the real community man at the time was a man called Mr. Owen Maguire, Mrs. Maguire's brother, Owen Maguire, Josephine's brother. And he was the real community organizer in La Digue, and But you see it in the book. I don't want to give away too much from the book, but you see that in the book. So even before I continue, I want to present this book to Josephine on behalf of her brother. Wow. Not for Josephine, it's for brother, but he's deceased. So the Maguire family has been a very prominent family in La Digue. And I want to show my appreciation for not only Josephine, but we grew up together, we play hide and seek and all kind of things together. Yeah, say more, I won't say more. She could tell you about herself. So I'd like to give you this book. It's a pity that Owen is not around, but I know that you're also a cultural leader. I know you have a publication in the work not so?
Well, I must thank you, and as you reminded me, I'm wearing two hats, because he reminded me I'm the editor for the Grenadian Voice, so he said, you're wearing two hats. I understand what he means by that. He's giving me homework. But I thank you again on behalf of my brother, who has touched many lives in La Digue, and including my friend there behind the camera, including him. He has touched many lives, so I promise I will do justice. I will add it to my collection of local writers who I make reference to. Every now and again, I can refer to something that somebody wrote. So I'm sure I will make very good use of it. Thank you again, Wizard.
You're most welcome. Thank you. Well, also, a lot of people were thanked here this afternoon, but I must thank the editor. So much was said about her. But interestingly, I left SAS, I graduated in 1971, and then I started to work at the Ministry of Health. And I was living on H.A. Blaze Street at the time. Tyrrell Street? Mm-hmm. Tyrrell Street at the time. And I just left school, let's say, but one of my neighbors was a young lady who was still in primary school. And I never thought that she'd have lived, or I would have lived to see that she would have been the editor of my book. I'm talking about Mr. So Mrs. Haley, very, well, I can't say more based on what was said before. So much was said about her before in terms of her ability. As far as I'm concerned, she's an intellectual, deeply intellectual, so thank you very much and congratulations. So, well, Mr. Bassanio had thanked a lot of people already, so I don't want to waste time thanking all the other people, like Mrs. Crawford and so forth. So I want to get into the book itself, not to give away too much, but to do some extracts, right? But, I'm a better singer than a speaker. So I would concentrate on some of the songs in the book, but not songs that you know. Because this book is about what influenced, the theme of the book is what really influenced me to become a wizard. And so that's what I'm going to deal with. And the major influence for me was what they call string band calypso, string band mass. I don't know how many of you remember string band, pretty mass, whatever we call it, string band mass. So, as the book would tell you, my uncle was a Chantwell. Right, so I'll go to the book. It says on page 19, of all the carnival bands and portrayals that existed in the late 60s, the ones that fascinated me most were string bands, shortney bands, wild Indian, and jab jab. String band, or pretty mass, or sweet mass, as it was called, was one of the most prominent carnival bands up to the late 1960s. Sad to say that this form of masquerade is practically extinct. This type of masquerade was referred to as petty mass, as you said, because the costumes were simply colorful. Apart from the glitter, the string bands comprising both male and female players were actually singing bands. Each band would have a number of composers and lead singers, but the leader, or Chantwell, was the main composer. The Chantwell, like the African griot before him, and the modern-day Calypsonian, was a social and political commentator and a chronicler of events. However, his role as a social commentator was what seemed to have stood out most, so much so that most people waited with great anticipation to hear whose name would be in melee, while others who knew that they were involved in some scandal or any kind of behavior that violated the morals of the society would be fearfully anxious. With the vast majority of Chantwells being men and male chauvinism being at its peak, women felt the brunt of the social commentaries. Black Shirt, a Chantwell from Munich in St. Andrew, derided his estranged lover in song when he asked her to bring back everything you got, bring the Tyrolean shirt, the brassiere, the shoe, and the petticoat, everything of this sort. Though you take me to make a kunu-munu in everything you do. When you come in, don't forget to bring the rest of the panty too. Bring back everything you got. Bring the Tyrolean shirt, the brassiere, the shoe, and the petticoat, everything of the sort. Though you take me to make a kunu-munu and everything you do. When you come in, don't forget to bring the rest of the panty too. That was Black Shirt from Munich. Now, Piges, a shopkeeper of Indian descent in the village of Union. Well, Antian, you hear? She's from Union. Antian place. Bought a bed for his lover. He bought this bed for his lover. And when he found out that she hung him with another man from the village, he went to her house, lifted the bed and threw it outside into the public road. The incident was great fodder for a love way. Pigs bring back the iron. You have the woman sleeping on the floor.
Pigs bring back the iron bed.
The woman says she don't want you no more.
Pigs bring back the iron bed.
The whole village, they offended you.
Pigs bring back the iron bed.
The people don't like the thing that you do. Pigs bring
back the iron bed.
You have the woman sleeping on the floor.
Pigs bring back the iron bed.
Not because she don't want you no more.
Pigs bring back the iron bed.
I want to hear you help me. 1, 2, 3. Pigs
bring back the iron bed.
You have the woman sleeping on the floor.
Pigs bring back the iron bed.
Not because she don't want you no more.
Pigs bring back the iron bed.
Everybody crying shame on you.
Pigs bring back the iron bed.
They say they don't like the thing you don't do. Pigs bring back the iron bed. Pigs
bring back the iron bed.
So you see, those are the string band calypso. It's not modern day calypso. String band calypso. That's where the thing coming from. So we continue. Now, Buzzy, a Chantwell of the 60s from Ladig, in song, ordered his living lover to leave his house because of her unacceptable behavior. But anybody could tell me the name of the song, the woman name, I'll give them a book free. Let me see who's thinking.
Where she's from?
Yeah, song maybe I thought I shouldn't sing. No, I want the name of the woman in the song. The woman is singing about. Not anybody associated with Blabukan. Okay, you want a hint?
Yes, sir.
Karikuma Piti Matnik.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Beryl. I can sing the song with the book. Beryl, Beryl, take it. Beryl, take your thing and go. I don't want you in me place no more. Every day you're going about saying that I'm bound to shut me mouth. Everything you do, you right. I don't want no man come home and fight. Beryl, take your thing and go. I don't want you in me place no more. What would have happened is that the chorus would have just sing what after the Chantwell sing the verse. The chorus would sing it like you're supposed to help me sing. Beryl, take your thing and go. I don't want you in me place no more. Every day you're going about saying that I'm bound to shut me mouth. Everything you do, you right. I don't want woman come home and fight. Beryl, take your thing and go. You in me place no more. Every night you in the wet, drinking rum and smoking cigarette. But when cold go chronic you, I don't want to say I'll treat you. So Beryl, take your thing and go. I don't want you in me place no more. Dada, take your thing away. I don't want you. Beryl, thank you. That was Beryl. All right. Now, I'd like Auntie Ann to help me sing this song.
Yes, man.
Come, please.
Yes.
Auntie Ann, come, please. That's your song. You know which one, I guess.
Where you from now, Union?
You're from Union?
Yes.
Union fellas.
Go up on the stage.
You know that your song?
No, you gotta go on stage. Yes, man. Union and Adi.
Now, it was customary for family members to wash the clothes of a member who had died and spread them out on the river's bank to dry. On this particular occasion, a pair of pajamas of a dead man was stolen. That incident provided the subject for a road march for the succeeding carnival. Caressa Ashantwell was implicated in this composition.
Union fellows, Stephen dead man pyjama. Union fellows, Stephen dead man. Look, they say it's postal Maya. And they hold him down by the corner. Look, they gone and call Miss Louisa. How the hell you could thief the pyjama? Police coming, look the pyjama. Tell them fellas stop the pyjama. And look, they hold him pyjama.
Union fellas, Stephen dead man pyjama. You want that, Uncle? Now it's 10 to 6. You want to leave, Mr. Minister? You have to go? 10 to 7, sir. 10 to 7, yes. 10 to 7. You want to say something?
Oh, God. Shot me, man.
All right, well, since Wizard say I had to say something, unfortunately, I have to leave. I have to go to a function for 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Well, you know, politician time is like GMT, Grenada Mama Guy time. Anyway, Wizo, congratulations. I have a copy. I don't know if that was your first book, but a collaboration that I did with Mr. X. I have it. And I don't know if Wizard remembers. When I used to teach at Anglican High School many years ago, and Miss Harley, please forgive me. I know that I retired a few years ago, so when I came here, I was trying to figure out who is this young lady. Until I heard they expose your business and call your name, right? Yeah. Many years ago, when I was a teacher at Anglican High School, there was this time when, you know, June, children finished doing their exams and so on, and a lot of idle time because teachers correcting papers and doing reports and so on. And I figured out, you know what? Those girls have a lot of ideas, a lot of energy. Instead of pelting punch, let them fire off some lines. So I organized a Calypso competition. I brought in Black Wizard as a guest artist, and the rest was history. That was the beginning of what Monroe brought as the school Soca Monarch competition. That is where fellas like Natty and Thunder and a host of others started, cut their eye teeth on Calypso and Soca. So Wizard has been doing quite a lot, and my brother, I wish you all the best. Continue to shine your light, and you have been an inspiration to a lot of people. Every time I hear that song, the song that was quoted, that, you know, you really have belly and thing, it does bring tears close to my eyes. It's only because they say big man not supposed to cry, I just hold it back. Yeah. But powerful song, you know? So I wish you all the best, and unfortunately I have to leave now. If when I finish where I'm going next, I pass in here and I still see light, I don't care whether it's Musha Flea. All you know is a Musha Flea?
Yes, ma'am.
Or Lugaro light, I go pass back. All right? So all the best. Junior.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, we continue a couple more songs. This one, as I said before, the Chanterelle was a great chronicler of events. In the 1950s and 60s, there was a wave of migration to England, the motherland. The opportunity to put that in song was not missed by the mighty Stollmeyer, a Chanterelle who was one of the most prolific composers in his time. And this is what he sang. England going good, this is what I prove. And most of the young men decide to make a move. But me ain't going nowhere, right here I go stay. Lead them, let them go. I go sleep on the bed for so. England going good, this is what I prove. And in all those days, they would put their hand on the air and sing, England going good, this is what I prove. And most of the young men decide to make a move. Lead them, let them go, me ain't going nowhere. Lead them, let them go. I go sleep on the bed for so. That was the mighty Stollmeyer. Wow. You know. The last one I'm going to do, this one is about, there was a time in the late 60s, early 70s, when there was problems with children. But Ray might be familiar with that, the Nutmeg Association and Uncle. And they decided to, I think they put the money in Barbados and all, and so forth. But they didn't pay any nutmeg bonus that year. All right? So not only now they weren't paying nutmeg bonus. So this guy from Munich called the Mighty Douglas, he sang a song called Where is the Nutmeg Bonus? Where is the nutmeg bonus? Somebody please tell us. Time that they tell us something to see how we light burning. What I want to know first, I want to know about the surplus. The surplus they had in 66. Let's get the matter fixed. So where is the nutmeg? Somebody please tell us. Time that they tell us something. Show how we light burning. What I want to know first, I want to know about the surplus. The surplus they had in 66. Let's get the matter fixed. All right. Now, well, I'm going to take you into a more modern one, but with a good history behind it. So I'm going to go to... All right, so... Now, in my early years, there used to be nightly pre-carnival jump-up or road march on the road between Carroot and Granba, St. Andrew. All right. On one such night, the resident magistrate named Ginger, because of the harsh sentences he meted out for minor offenses, drove through the band of revelers. Numerous insults and invectives were hurled at him. Not long after the Black Maria, anybody know what the Black Maria is? What we used to call the Black Maria? The police van. In those days, colonial police. No? So, not long after the Black Maria arrived, without any question asked, the police proceeded to inflict blows on all who were in the path. Persons scampered in all directions. I think my brother was there. The cries in the community after that encounter were, they bust up the oil drum. Was persecution and prosecution. So I've always had great admiration for the skill, dedication, resourcefulness, and inventiveness of the panman, and held a fascination by the instrument itself. As a result, it was not difficult for me in 1988 to pay tribute in song to both the pan and the panman, especially since up to that time, neither were still not given the recognition and appreciation so rightfully deserved. So then I sang, they treated you with scorn, they bust up your oil drum, was persecution, persecution. And them policemen had you on the run. Aye, 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 aye. Every year you come out playing without fear. You keep on jamming. You getting better and better. And songing sweeter and sweeter. And man, you're my inspiration, my symbol of determination. And music, they agree, is a musical mystery. But all they offer was panorama and his frustration as carnival done. Aye, 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 aye. Every year you come out playing without fear. You keep on jamming. You getting better and better. And songing sweeter and sweeter. And man, you're my inspiration, my symbol of determination. And man, oh, you help me forge an identity. You are a model, an example of the struggle of our people. Aye, 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 aye. Every year you come out playing without fear. You keep on jamming. You getting better and better. And sounding sweeter and sweeter. And man, you're my inspiration, my symbol of determination. You play so gracefully, from Kitsch to Tchaikovsky. Without limit, you exhibit versatility and dexterity. Aye, 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 aye. Every year you come out playing without fear. You keep on jamming. You getting better and better. And songing sweeter and sweeter. And my symbol of determination. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. If you want to remain to get some further entertainment, you could do that after the official thing. But this is the end of my segment in the lunch. Thank you very much for coming. Very happy to have you here. We hand you back to Mr. Peters.
Okay, Wizzo, thanks very much. I think it's a book launch, as it says, which goes way beyond reading the books, but at least entertainment. There's also like to thank our students, because we have a training course here for Labukan Theatre Arts students. So they were accompanying us. Also the Moko Jumbo you saw in the corridor welcoming you. Also students of the Labukan Creative Center. As you leave, the next event will be the signing of the books. So we have to sell all these books here. And we will say if we don't get all sell, we're going to do the junction box. We're taking on a tour. Right. There is a bar on the outside. Please patronize. It goes towards Labukan. We want to thank you for coming out. But our brother Larry just made a request, and I think the black man speaks, and he speaks powerfully. We had a brother, I think Ray going to agree with us, that's Brother Lou Smith, who passed away not too long ago, made 74 years. So we have a moment of silence as we stand. Because it's a man who supported Calypso also, Lou.
Well, I should have said that.
Yes.
Here's the man who, the first MC to put me on stage in a Calypso tent in Grenada, that was Lou Smith in the Juilliard.
Yeah. So we just bow, reflect on the value of life here that we have, and let's just think of Lou just for a few moments. Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you very much. Silence, reverence is so important at times. So we want to thank you for coming out. Thank you for supporting the arts, Wizzo. a cultural icon, a cultural treasure. I hope one of these days, as they do in some part of Africa, where you have the statues of the living cultural icons are placed on the roundabout. So maybe sometime we're in St. Andrew, we have to make a plug for while you're alive, or they're alive, that we value and support them. Folks, thanks again. Thanks, everyone. And remember, sign the book, buy the books. Thank you very much. Ryan, let's have some music, bro.
All your third world countries, you really feeling this squeeze. Only empty treasuries and bankrupt economies. You can over that, you riddled with foreign debt. But I don't mind any load I give to you. Once you keep in line and do as I say to do.
We'd like to thank everyone for watching this amazing event. The Black Wizard, a living legend in Calypso, and his book launch. We hope that you guys patronize this local author, historian, Calypsonian, and legend, the making of the Black Wizard. I'm going to keep you guys abreast to where you could get copies of this book. But I think that everyone should at least try to get a copy of this book. Make sure that your kids get an opportunity to read this book, to understand the history of Calypso, the history behind the music. It's important because oftentimes we don't see a lot of this historical tales being told by one of us. Oftentimes we see people telling our story, but we have one of our own telling his own story, and that is commendable. We'd like to thank Labukan for hosting this event here today. I had to be here, guys, absolutely without a doubt, because what a lot of you guys don't know is that the Black Wizard, Elwin McQuilkin, was instrumental in my career in media. What you don't know, a lot of people don't know, is that because of the Black Wizard, I, Junior George, was able to get introduced to media. So he played a very important role in my career. So I had to be here. Not only that, Black Wizard was so graceful enough to include that very said picture in the book. It was because of Elwin McQuilkin, the Black Wizard, I graced the front page of a popular newspaper in Grenada at the age of 7. It was because of Black Wizard that I was then recognized by others, who then led me further into at that time it was, I was a artist. I performed, I sang at the age of 7, 9 years old in the junior calypso competition. It was because of Wizard that my career took off. So it's with a lot of respect that I'm here and giving tribute to Elwin McQuilkin, the Black Wizard. It's not incidental also that myself and Black Wizard is from that very same village of St. Andrew. Union, Richmond, Ladigue, that whole general area there. We are from the same area that brought up Malcolm X. So we have that type of fighting visionary power. It's because of Black Wizard I were able to get my voice. Because of Black Wizard, I was able, I would say, to be here today, garnering all the love and the support from a global audience. If it was not for Black Wizard, who knows where my career would have taken or would have gone. So I would like to say thank you to Black Wizard for doing so much for me personally as a young man growing up. as a young boy growing up at the age of 6, 7, and going up to Black Wizard and say, I remember those words, I want to sing. And Black Wizard say, oh, you want to sing? And he took me under his arm and he taught me how to hold a mic, how to sing. He wrote his song for me. He brought me to band practice. He brought me and introduced me to all the artists. Back then it was artists of course like Squeezy, Bubbler, Ajamo, you know. It was because of Black Wizard I was able to get my voice in media. So I would just want to say thank you to Elwin McQuilkin, the Black Wizard. Ride Along gives you gratitude and thanks for taking me and guiding me and showing me success that I'm working towards right now. Thank you, Black Wizard. And thank you guys for watching. Thanks for being a part of this program. We encourage everyone to share this live and pick up a copy of the book. We're going to put a link for where you could get it. Some of you guys in the diaspora are watching it on Facebook, YouTube, and any other media platform. We're going to put a link so you guys could pick up a copy of this book. It's in paperback and it's in hard copy. But it's something definitely that schools should be all, you know, take up as a study, right? We don't need to learn about the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. I never had to use those ever in my life. But we learned that about Columbus 3 ships and all of this stuff. So for educational purposes, I think that these types of books will actually tell our history. And he is alive now, right? He is here now. He is a living legend. I think it's a great opportunity as well for the powers that be to honor people like Black Wizard. And not only when they die, then you put, you know, posters of the man himself when he cannot even smell the flowers. Give him the flowers now that he's alive. Thanks again, guys. I'll catch you guys again tomorrow. This was a special production, Ride Along Live. We appreciate you. Good night.
Pick yourself up with Ride Rent a e-bike today and take advantage of the smartest and coolest way to get around. Rental starting for only $30 per hour and less than $100 EC per day. Zip through traffic, save money, and look awesome doing it. Check us out at the Esplanade Mall today. Visit us online at ridersebike.com or give us a call at 473-422-1011. Your wallet and the planet will thank you. Ride Rent a e-bike.